guys, what's going on? We are cleaning out Levi. The last time that it won't be the last time I'll be in it, but it's the last time, well, I did my last run with it. Tomorrow I'm going to go pick up my truck, my new truck. I'm going to drop this one off at the shop. I've got somebody coming to look at the truck today, actually. He should be here in about an hour, so there's someone coming to look today, and then tomorrow somebody wants to come to the shop where I'm going to be parking it, and they want to come look at it there. Getting her looking as clean as I can, took it to the truck wash earlier. Of course, being wintertime, there's some streaks left, but no big deal. It's just the way it is. Can't really avoid that, you know. But golly, I'm telling you what, I'll miss this truck. I've said it, and I will keep saying it. I will miss this truck, but this is the better business decision for me. So, y'all can have your opinions and say what you want about it. But this is the best business decision for me. You know, like I said, I can look at this experience as something that I can consider myself very fortunate to have been able to have, because, you know, I mean, this is a dream truck of mine, and I've been able to say that I owned it. You know, I've been able to say that it was mine, and I experienced it, and I enjoyed it, and it's just time to move on. Just the way it is. Yeah, she's a looker, man. Especially after you get it cleaned out, you know, when it looks like it did. You know, when it looks nice and like empty, like it did the day I bought it, just reminds me how it looks better than the day I bought it. You know, I mean, the truck itself, I mean, I've done so much to the truck, made improvements. There's no hole in the dashboard anymore where that missing gauge was when I first bought the truck. Just things like that. It just looks a lot better in here. Yeah, but I never replaced the steering wheel, did I? Oh man, but I do have a steering wheel right there that I never put on. So, yep. But man, it's just a nice truck. It's super clean in here. Yep. As you can see, no shoes. No shoes in the sleeper. Refrigerator. I'll have to put this on my new refrigerator door. Yeah. I love this dashboard, man. This is my favorite as far as all of the Peterbilt 359, 379, 389, all those 300 series hood Peterbilts. This is my favorite dash. It really is. I love the layout, but yet the simplicity, you know. Even the door panels, I really like these door panels. Just a very nicely designed truck. Small, but you know, that's what it is. I mean, that's just how these trucks are. They're all narrow. They all have a narrow shoulder width up front here. It's just the way it is. One thing I never did like about these trucks, at least up until the late 06, early 07 year when they changed it, was having that radio up there. It was kind of annoying. Couldn't really see what the display said. I had to like sit up really high in my seat just to be able to read that display. harder to reach, more of a distraction when you're trying to reach it when you're driving. Things like that. That was a bad design on Peterbilt's part, but the rest of it, beautiful. All right, well, let me just throw my microwave in the pickup truck and wait for this guy to get here.
I knelt to pray today, but no one was listening anymore. Do I need to fade away or stay here laying down on the floor? I want to know if you be the shoulder that I need. I want to go, so take me.
There she is. You'll see these dirt streaks. All this crap here. Love it. Blue beacon for you. No, you can't really help that. All the stuff. This was absolutely filthy. I'll show a picture of what it looked like. And this was after less than a week. I had to get this thing washed last week because it was bad. So in less than a week, it accumulated this much salt, as you'll see in the picture. Yeah. I know. See, the thing about these trucks is that they hold a lot of sentimental value to a lot of people. That's kind of where the values of these trucks lie. And that's pretty much, this is the truck that everybody dreamt about. You know what I'm saying? And there's some people that just, that's just all they want is a hood truck. Apparently I'm not one of those people. I would rather have better fuel mileage. But, like I said, that's just the way, we saw what prices got up to. I don't want to deal with that again. Sorry about the wind, if that's making a difference here. I don't want to deal with that fuel price issue again. So I'm selling it. But there's people out there that doesn't really matter to them. And there are people out there, too, that have dedicated freight like I do. And so they, if you're running off the spot market, then yeah, a truck like this is not the best idea. But if you have dedicated freight like I did or do, if you, things like that, I don't want to say it makes more sense, but it's a lot more feasible. You can justify it a little better. So people like that, that make that kind of money on a more consistent basis, and they want the truck their dad drove them around in when they were a kid, their grandpa drove them around in. They want a truck they remember from their childhood. And a truck like this is one of those trucks, or even an old cab over, something like that. But this is just what you think about, When you think of a truck, the first image in your head is not a Cascadia. It's a Peterbilt or a W9. I would be willing to bet that's how most people are. When you think of a truck, your mind just instantly thinks of one of these. I know I do. So that's just kind of the way it is. And, like I said, some people don't mind the fuel mileage on these trucks. So figure I'll pass it down to somebody that doesn't mind it. Because obviously it's still a darn good truck. Try to get the inside as clean as I could. Like I said, parts, carpet like this, you'll have to replace the carpet if you really want that cleaned up there, But, yeah, it's not bad in here, though. gonna miss the heck out of this truck, guys. Who knows? Maybe if it doesn't sell, I'll, you know, in a couple months, maybe I'll put a driver in my new truck and keep driving old Levi here, huh? I'd rather sell it, but if it ain't gonna sell, I might as well use it to make money, right? Look at that. Just listen to how smooth that idles. I might be a little crazy, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do even if you don't really want to, you know? Business ain't about what you want. It just isn't. Maybe for some people it is. But I can guarantee you, even the people that are in business because of wants, per se, not every decision they make is simply because they want to. They could have a business that they love more than anything in life, but they're going to have to make decisions that they don't want to make. And my vision for my business is, well, to make as much money as I can, and that's just my vision. But, you know, like I said, who knows what could happen in a couple months if it doesn't sell, but we'll see. We will see. Alright guys, why don't you come with me on the journey of my last drive in Levi. Taking her up to the shop. Gonna have them do some things to it. Having them do quite a bit of things to it. This is gonna be a good truck. I mean, it is a good truck, but I'm trying to leave, you know, I want to make sure whoever buys this truck buys it with, you know, really no problems. I mean, yeah, an old truck like this, there's always going to be something you got to work on. But, you know, I'll probably go ahead and have them put new batteries in too, honestly, while it's up there. Probably have them put new batteries in the truck. So, I'm telling you guys, if you guys buy this truck, this is not an overpriced example. If you guys look on Truck Paper right now, and you look at, you search specifically 2005 Peterbilt 379, make sure it's the extended hood. You know, especially if you get on Truck Paper, you know, where there's a lot of, it's not just a retail market, there's a lot of private sellers. And you'll see that even with the price with my APU, you know, which is a negotiable price, this is in the low to median range for those trucks. There's quite a few of them on there. Granted, they probably had, you know, more fresh rebuilds and things like that, but you know, they're on there for $100, $110, $115, $1,000, and they're not show trucks. They're nice, they're beautiful trucks, but they're not, you know, show trucks. They're work trucks, and they're asking that much for them. Not saying they're going to get it, but if you look at those comps with mine, you know, you'll see that mine's fairly priced. And like I said, it's not like it's non-negotiable. So keep that in mind. All right, I guess we'll go ahead and let it warm up a little bit more, and then we'll get on down the road. And then when we get there, so I won't show the outside of mine yet. I don't of my new one yet. I want to make sure we get the decals on first, but probably go on a little ride with that too, huh? All right, guys. Alright guys, I'm in my new truck. I just did a round with it yesterday. Well, Monday I left with it. Round to New Jersey and back. Went across the Pennsylvania Turnpike, over all those hills, all the way to Jersey. So I did the full length of the turnpike. And I hit the turnpike, you know. I feel like you get worse mileage on there than you do up on 80. Mainly because of all the turns, the curves. It slows you down. You're always speeding up, slowing down, speeding up, slowing down. And I had about 40,000 pounds in the box going over there. And going over there, I haven't filled the truck back up yet. I did the whole round on one tank, and I've still got over a quarter of a tank left. And it's only got 210 gallon capacity. I'm sorry, the 220 gallon capacity, 110 on each tank. But going over there, I averaged about 7.5 on the computer. I was getting 7.5, and that makes sense, judging by the amount of fuel I used, according to the gauge. So 7.5 is what it was saying I was getting with 40,000 pounds going through the mountains and hills of Pennsylvania. And then the round trip coming back, by the time I got back, the computer was saying 8.1. So yeah, 8.1 mpg. 8.1 mpg right there, so that's not too shabby. Well, I'm gonna fill it up at the sheets after I get this load, and we'll see what we actually did. All right, guys, see right here, that's not the actual mpg. This right here, it resets every time you turn the engine off. But let me go to the trip odometer here. The trip summary. So it's right now to 7.9. It was at 8.1, but I've picked up this heavy load and came up here. So right now it's 7.9. Now this mileage right here, where it says trip A active, it says 1211. I didn't reset that until about 30 miles after I got the fuel last time here. So it's actually 1241 roughly on the odometer. And then of course we got about a quarter of a tank left. Like I said, it's only 210 gallon or 220 gallon capacity, and I've only used 3/4 of a tank and about 1,240 miles. Yeah, that would have never, I would have been less than a quarter of a tank on my 300 gallon capacity on the 379. So that alone is a big win. But let's get out there. I do actually have to get some def on this one. So let's go out there and fill her up and see what we're actually at. See how accurate the trip summary is. Alright guys, I ended up getting 7.75 mpg. So not too bad. That was a longer run than I normally do, and I don't think that going over the toll road really does it any justice. You know, you've got all those turns that you're constantly slowing down and speeding up, slowing down and speeding up on top of the hills and everything like that. So tonight I've got a shorter drive, but I'm going to be going across 80, where it's easier to maintain your speed. Even with the hills, you don't have nearly as many sharp curves that you're constantly slowing down for and speeding up and all that crap. So yeah, we'll see how it does. I'm still, though, I'm pretty pleased with 7.75. We put 160 gallons in and went 1,240 miles, so on that tank. So I'll take that. So that's, you know, about 2.5 mpg better than the Peterbilt, even at just that. So we'll see what we do on this round. My truck already took on its first damage. A rock must have come up and bounced off the road and took out my fog light. Still works, but the glass is broken. So I'll have to buy some new fog lights for it before that one stops working from rain getting in there and creating a DOT violation. Because yes, if you got fog lights, they have to work. You gotta love them DOTs. It's so funny how you don't have to have fog lights, but if you have fog lights, they have to work. Revenue maker. What can you do? All right, well, I'll show you guys the truck another time. It's a little dirty right now, but just wanted to, yeah, that sucks. I can get on Amazon though and find me some new ones for relatively cheap. So we'll do that. Bummer. Just walking back here, make sure we got a good seal. I forgot to release the brakes. I could hear a leak, or hear for a leak rather. All right, that's the right seal. All righty, got flashing lights. Oh, well guys, here's the truck. It's not clean yet. Release my brakes. I like to, like I said, part of the pre-trip, like to come back here with the brakes released and see if we can hear any hissing. Last week I came here to pick up a trailer and one of the tires was flat. I don't hear any hissing, so that's good. Whew. Anyways, yeah, here is the truck right here, guys. I have my shop. Look at that, guys. Look at that. We got Peterbilt mud flaps now. Can I get a hell yeah? Peterbilt mud flaps. Paid my mind to that MPG right there. The truck resets itself when it's been shut off for so long. So that's just starting it up and resetting completely from the yard to here. So I've actually been getting around 8 with this truck. So that's not bad. 8 for a round trip. I'll take that. I woke up the other day at home on Friday or on Sunday morning. And man, I had the most god-awful pain on my shoulder / base of my neck on the back. And it's still there. It still hurts like crazy. It's not as bad though, but it's Monday night now. I don't know what I did. Slept on it wrong. Just getting older. I don't know, but holy cow. You know what I think it is though? I think it's the wrath of the hood truck gods coming after me. That's what it is. Hood truck gods, they sent their wrath after me on this one. I think that's exactly what it is. But we ain't got no time to mess with no hood truck god wrath, so we got some running to do. So we're gonna head up to Chicago. We got the load going up there tonight. Got another load going to Chicago tomorrow night, and then we got 2 Harrisburgs. You know, I don't know when I'll get this thing washed. It's hard to find time to wash it when I'm doing a Chicago run because it's such a close clock as it is. But we'll get her washed and get her up on the YouTubes. But yeah, she got pretty dirty pretty fast. You know how these roads are up here. All right. Yeah, I've already got me some new fog lights coming for this truck. As you saw earlier in the video, a rock or something must have came up and got the fog light, so broke the fog light lens housing, whatever you want to call it. And the driver's side one is pretty cracked up too, so we got some new ones so they can break a little later on down the road too. But like I said, the problem with the you know, with those laws, you got to have working fog lights, but you don't have to have fog lights. Doesn't that make sense? That's like the whole dilemma I ran into with Levi when I had my first actual like DOT inspection with that truck, which I actually passed, but I kind of had a debate with the officer about it because at the time I didn't know I was going to pass because I didn't have reflectors on my mud flaps. And my reasoning behind that was that you don't have to have mud flaps if you have a trailer on. Oop, oop, oop. Wait for this car to go by. You know, if like say you rip off a mud flap off your truck, you don't have to have that mud flap so long as you have a trailer hooked onto the truck. So I kind of figured, okay, well, if that's the case, then I shouldn't need a reflector on there if my trailer's hooked onto the truck. So I got lazy about putting a reflector on the mud flap. And that was the whole reason the officer pulled me behind the scale, was because I didn't have reflective devices on the mud flaps. And I kind of, you know, I tried, you know, I was questioning him, you know. And he was a nice enough guy about it. And he ended up letting me go without even a warning. But, you know, I was telling him, I'm like, well, why would you need mud flaps with, or why would you need, you know, reflectors when you have a trailer on if you don't even need the mud flaps to begin with? You know, so it's kind of like one of those things. It's like, well, if I don't have the mud flap on there, but I have the trailer, could you still get me for not having a reflective device down there? And he said no. So I'm like, well, like that doesn't make any sense. But you know, our government at work, I guess. So it is what it is. But that's a whole little off in the weeds thing there. But so yeah, we got new fog lights in the mail. They'll be here hopefully on Wednesday, and they look like they're easy enough to swap out, so we'll see. But yeah, we got about 40,000 pounds on the trailer right now. And yeah, actually the wife encouraged me to go get a massage today. I don't like that. I don't like doing that. I don't like having somebody I don't know do that. That's just weird. But I was so desperate for relief from the pain that I'm feeling between my shoulder and my neck. I said, okay, sign me up. And it really didn't help. It didn't help much at all. In fact, now I just have more sore spots all over my back from all those damn pressure points. Golly, that hurt. I don't like the rough massages, man. Good Lord. But yeah, so we had a massage. You know, I guess it's nature of the beast when you get out of a hood truck and you get into a Nancy boy truck, I guess, huh? You got to get the massages to go along with the package deal. All right, so that's what we're at right now is 8 mpg. So we'll see what we actually do. We're going to fill up We're gonna throw some def in here too. We'll see what the MPGs are. Alright, so on this round, we, like I said, it said 8 MPG for the Trip B average. The actual number was 7.82. So, like I said, pretty close, not too far. It's 0.2 off. Like I said, I feel like a lot of that discrepancy is due to the use of the APU. I'm sure it doesn't take that into account. So, and a new development, my emissions radio stopped working. So, damn those emissions. It just froze up on me. I don't know what the deal is, but it just won't work. I don't know. I even shut the truck off while I got fuel and it stayed on. Never stays on. So I'll probably have to pull the fuse and do a hard reset or something, I guess. My truck doesn't have a battery shut off, so we'll figure it out. I don't like this radio anyway. I'll probably buy a new one soon. This radio sucks. Alright, let's get going. Alright, we're getting close to our delivery. I will tell you what, this truck is it just glides down the roadway. Some rough roads over here, guys. Rough roads. I did this run on Friday night, and I must have had some condensation built up a little too much in the tanks, and the brakes weren't wanting to release. So, you know, I'd stop at like this light right here, for instance. Stopped at this light and let go of the service brake and didn't want to go anywhere. But it was about 20 degrees when that happened. Once the sun came out and everything started warming up again, my brakes were fine, so I just made sure to drain them out real good, drain the air tanks out real good when I got home, and drain them out again before I left the house today or last night. So far so good. Definitely doesn't have the sound Levi did, does it? Not even close. That's alright. That is alright. And really, for a 13 liter, not even a 13, a 12.9 liter, 455 horsepower, it pulls better than I expected it would, to be honest. Again, it's no Caterpillar, but it's really pretty reminiscent of my DD15 that I had in my Cascadia. Same horsepower, I think the same torque too. This might have 100 less torque than my Cascadia. This might be, I can't remember if these are a 1650 or a 1750 torque, but I'm pretty sure the Cascadia was a 1750. But it pulls great. You know, I've taken loads out to Harrisburg or in the Turnpike, went up those 6% grades there on 70 in West Virginia by Wheeling. And I had about 42,000 pounds in the box when I went up that 6% grade. For those of you that know the grade I'm talking about a 1.5 miles long, 6%. And I got to the top doing about 38 miles an hour. That's not that much slower than my Caterpillar. to be honest. Caterpillar did a little bit faster, but not enough to write home about. So it's kind of nice to have these comparisons I'm able to do to see just how much better the Cat was in certain aspects. But I'm more than happy with this truck. More than happy. I mean, this roughly 8 mile per gallon average, this is over, for the most part, I've been loaded, you know. This is over like two loads and one empty, if that makes sense. So that's not too shabby. Alright, I'm sorry, but this is just inefficient as hell. I've been sitting here for like 30 minutes waiting to check in, and there was about 2 trucks ahead of me, and all they do is they keep stopping the check-in process for the trucks to check in every individual car, because they've got to check the ID of every single car. So I've now been here for like 30 minutes waiting to check into this car check. There's a reason I don't like to come here, but this is worse than usual. Bad time of day to come in here, I guess. Alright, well, I was going to wait till I got her washed to finally unveil it. But, screw it. It's dirty. Take it or leave it. Alright, there it is. Anyways, let me get this Tundra here parked and we'll walk around it. All right. Well, here she be. Here she be. That's right. That's what I just said. Here she be. Yep, this is the Levi replacement. See right down there is a broken fog light, thanks to some rocks in Pennsylvania. Pretty straightforward. Kind of looks black, but in the sunlight you can see it's a dark blue. But yeah, pretty simple. Of course, I had mud flap hangers put on while I was at Keith's, just because. Give her a little bit of a sharper look to her. Got the Peterbilt mud flaps on this one. Got a nice little storage compartment right there. Yeah, we'll get her washed up though. Like I said, I'm doing Chicago tonight, so it's not gonna really have the chance really or the time to wash it tonight. But maybe later this week when I do Harrisburg, I'll have a little more time to devote to washing it. So we'll see. But I'm happy with her, getting pretty good fuel mileage, and it's extremely comfortable to drive. Extremely comfortable. So, yep. But man, she is dirty. All right, but yeah, see, we got the carrier APU right there. Sucker works pretty good. Had to get some new air hoses and electrical cord for it. The air hose on the very first trip displayed some leakage. They were pretty dry rotted, so bought some new ones. And like I said, I've got some new fog lights on order. They should be here tomorrow. Full LED fog lights. So we should be good. But I'm going to go ahead and get in the truck and put some stuff away. Yes, indeed I am. I do plan on replacing these louvers here with the chrome ones that have the LED light strip that goes through there. I'll get some of those eventually. But hey, at least I'm still in a Pater car. Alright. I'm happy with it. Super roomy. I love the space in this truck. So much more comfortable. And Levi should be ready. Man, they did a lot of stuff to it. I know they put new batteries in it. I had told them to put new batteries in. We replaced the cylinder locks on both doors, and also which came, I guess it came with the ignition as well. So it has a new ignition and 2 new cylinder locks on the doors. Exhaust manifold gasket, batteries, a couple other things, forget what else, but yeah, it's she's gonna be ready to sell. I'm gonna go up there and check it out here soon. And oh yeah, the new steps, well, not new steps, but the fixed steps, they sent those off and got those fixed up, so they are not sagging anymore, so that's a good thing. Of course, I like having this full door right here. Makes it easy access to the sleeper. Throw stuff up there. Oh yeah, we're good. I need floor mats too. Oh man. All right. Anyways, that's it. It's a work truck, so that's what it should be. Yeah, very comfortable truck. Definitely ain't no Caterpillar, but that's kind of what I was going for, you know. Yeah, the space in this thing is absolutely just amazing, really. Tons of floor space. I mean, just way more than I'm used to. Tons of cabinet space. And I can walk all the way to the front without having to duck. All the way to the front. So it's not the ultra loft, but it's plenty. I mean, it's tall enough in here for me that I don't have to duck at all. So I don't really care. I don't need the ultra loft. I have the wing on top for the aerodynamics to go over the trailer just fine. And that's really all that matters. Got the refrigerator. And I like having that bunk up there. Plenty of storage behind it that way. And then, of course, the APU. And just like that, the APU is on. Sweet. Anyways, guys, with that, I'm just going to go ahead and jump off here. This will be the end of the video. This video is going to be like over the course of probably a week. So, anyways, wanted this video to mostly be about, you know, the unveiling of the truck. It's dirty. Kind of wanted to clean it first, but, you know, it's there. I showed it to you. we'll get her cleaned up. I know the beginning of this video, I think I had Levi. I was taking Levi to Keith's and picking this one up. So, yeah. So anyways, guys, with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys stay tuned for the next video. And you all out there keep surviving to thrive, and we will talk at you guys in the next video. All right. Take care, guys.